your roof. It's the most important protection against nature for your home or your business. That's why I trust the experts at Exterior Home Solutions.
Exterior Home Solutions 2-minute drill. Tennessee beats Kentucky, and when they needed it, they were able to get a stop, hold Kentucky to a field goal up 9, and then the offense able to run out the clock. Jalen Wright 120, Dylan Sampson, unbelievable fourth quarter, both as a receiver out of the backfield and running the ball, Eric. Just a great performance from those two backs.
Yeah, he stepped up big time, and as the game went on, I couldn't tell you how many carries Jalen Wright had because the live stats were broken for like the last 30, 45 minutes, but I mean, he was averaging 11 yards into the fourth quarter per carry. I mean, it's incredible at this point in the season. And you mentioned Dylan Sampson, that nice third down reception, good block by John Campbell on the edge to get the hands down. And I got to tell you, man, I mean, we'll go back and watch the film, but for the most part, I didn't think it was super aggressive offensively. But with what was called, Joe Milton played efficient, played good football. And he played good in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, 17 of 22, 27 or something like that. Had a score. Here's one thing I want to talk about. Tennessee did exactly what I thought they would defensively. They shut down Ray Davis.
Yeah.
But no pressure on the quarterback. Now, Heupel was asked about that post game. He sat silent. In other words, they held, because they asked him, what did Kentucky do to kill your pass rush?
Yeah. It started to become the Heupel thing. Just kind of sit silent there in post-game press conferences when you don't want to answer something about the officiating. But I mean, there was holding all over the place. Warren Burrell was around the neck over there on that goal line in the second quarter, and there were other situations as well. But yeah, I mean that's you're going to get held at points at times in this football game, and for Tennessee to be as good and effective as you've been, rushing the passer. Now it came alive a little bit in the third quarter. Had a nice hit. Omar Norman-Lott, Tyler Barron kind of sandwiched him on a third down play. But for the most part, you need those guys to step up and kind of fight through that adversity. And Devin Lear was able to sit back there and just have a day because the pass rush was non-existent.
2 weeks ago, Tennessee's defense came up big in their win over Texas A&M.
Yep.
Today, it was the offense closing this one out and doing what it needed to do when near 40 points. I guess kind of playing for each other. Probably going to have to be that way the rest of the year. They play at Missouri in a couple of weeks, and then, of course, Georgia at home. But this game, pretty much sits the bottom of the barrel at 8 wins, which, again, I know people want to win Missouri and Georgia, but, again, at bare minimum, you're getting at 8 probably. This gives you a chance, 9, potentially 10, depending on your game plan and how you execute.
Yeah, coming into this game, all week long I said, all right, going, technically you're not eliminated from winning the East, but it's pretty, uphill climb. But for you to feel good about this season, 9-10 wins, to get where you want to be, you've got to win this football game because you need to win 2 of the 3. This one, Missouri on the road, and then Georgia. Got to go 2 of the 3. That's assuming UConn and Vanderbilt wins. And so that's why this game was so critical. And it's a game where I thought Tennessee matched up super well. You mentioned it. Every time, there wasn't a lot of stops tonight, but when you needed a stop, you got one. And then it just felt like every time whenever you thought, okay, this offense needs to give you something, you need to drive the length of the field, you need to find some points, the offense responded. So complimentary football, they're starting to win games in different ways, and I think that shows the growth and maturity of a football team. But no matter what, this is a game that you needed. It's a game that you found a way to win and held off Kentucky because they were not going away the entire game. And a great fourth quarter again, Dylan Sampson, Joe Milton, and Tennessee was able to hold off Kentucky for the win.
You have to be able to finish drives down the stretch. Tennessee was able to finish this game out, finish the drive out that put them back up 9 when Kentucky had pulled within 2. But still, they had too many field goals tonight. Charles Campbell was fantastic. Heupel gave him a lot of credit after the game, and rightfully so. He was 4 for 4. He was outstanding. Tennessee's still got to learn to finish out those drives if they're going to win at Missouri and against the top-ranked Georgia Bulldogs. Complete coverage from right here in Lexington. He is Eric Kane. I'm Austin Price for the Exterior Home Solutions 2-minute drill.